Once upon a time, no one knew that we were in the midst of one of the quietest power struggles in the world. There were no sounds of gears turning in the shadows of oil towers, nor the dazzling splendor of gold mines. Everything began with the breaking of an ordinary rock in a small, fog-covered island in Sweden. On a cold morning in 1787, a young lieutenant discovered a strange stone near the village of Ytterby. The rock was heavy, as if it had swallowed the sunlight, and far from ordinary. This stone would become the invisible heart of the technological revolution, from smartphones to fighter jets. The elements extracted would reshape power balances. Countries, borders, and economies would be transformed. The silent power of the future, the strategic story of rare elements. The story of rare elements spans 2 centuries, from quarries to space technology. It began with a small rock in Ytterby that fascinated chemists, and today shapes the global balance of power. Recently, the term rare elements has been frequently mentioned, as Trump apparently has his eyes on our minds. The invisible heroes of the modern world are no longer gold or oil. They are the rare earth elements. You can find traces of these elements in your smartphone, electric car, wind turbines, computers, GPS chips, and even fighter jet radar systems. These elements are not only materials of laboratories, they are the very building blocks of civilization. How were they discovered? The story begins at the end of the 18th century in the small village of Ytterby, Sweden. In 1787, Lieutenant Carl Axel Arrhenius discovered a strange, heavy stone near the village. The stone, later called Ytterbite, yielded several new elements, including Yttrium. This discovery opened the door to one of the most mysterious families in the periodic table. Throughout the 19th century, European chemists isolated elements like gadolinium, terbium, and erbium from its derivatives. Separating them was so difficult that chemists spent years verifying findings, making rare elements a patient pursuit in science. Why rare? They are not actually scarce in nature. Some are more abundant than iron or copper. However, they are rarely found in rich, concentrated deposits. They occur mixed at low concentrations. This makes extraction economically challenging. The term rare refers to the difficulty of access. The problem is not the quantity of the element, but the painstaking process of separating them. Applications. Neodymium is essential for powerful magnets. Praseodymium for glass. Cerium for catalytic converters. Yttrium for superconductors, and lanthanum for camera lenses. Solar panels, wind turbines, electric vehicles, missile guidance systems, MRI machines, and LED screens all rely on rare elements. Today's clean energy revolution secretly depends on these metals. Importance for states. This dependence makes rare elements a geopolitical leverage. In the second half of the 20th century, the U.S. met much of global demand from the Mountain Pass mine in California. However, due to environmental restrictions and low-cost Chinese production, the U.S. gradually withdrew in the 1990s. Today, China controls about 70% of global production. In 2010, China partially halted exports to Japan, demonstrating that whoever controls these metals controls the future. Global competition. Besides China, Australia, the US, Canada, and Myanmar are leading producers. In Africa, Tanzania and South Africa are gaining attention with new deposits. Not only the size of reserves matters, processing technology and environmental sustainability policies are also crucial. Although these metals are raw materials for green technologies, their extraction is highly polluting, involving acid baths, radioactive byproducts, and high energy consumption. Turkey's role. In recent years, Turkey has also emerged as a notable player in this field. The massive rare earth deposit discovered in 2022 in Beylikova, Eskişehir, is considered the second largest in the world. The site contains more than 10 elements, particularly rich in Cerium, Lanthanum, and Neodymium. Additionally, promising deposits exist in Kütahya, Manisa, Malatya, and Sivas. Turkey's goal is not only to extract raw materials, but also to develop local separation and refining technologies. This could transform the country from a mere mineral exporter into a strategic supplier. This also explains why some of our mining sites have been handed over to foreign companies. The geopolitics of the new age. Rare elements lie at the center of invisible energy diplomacy. While the US and EU establish new partnerships in Africa and Latin America, China increases its investments in these regions. This has given rise to a new form of power game known as mineral diplomacy. Now, conflicts are fought not with armies but through supply chains. Every country is vying to determine who will produce the batteries, magnets, and microchips of the future. In conclusion, the story of rare elements spans 2 centuries, from quarries to space technology. What began with a small rock in Ytterby today shapes the global balance of power. Every magnet, every screen, every battery echoes these silent elements. Turkey's rise in this field could mark not only an economic but also a strategic turning point. The 21st century's supremacy is measured not just by energy, but by the elements hidden within it. Let us hope that we gain the strength to access these reserves responsibly, with our own resources, and end the environmental destruction. Wishing you a good week. We've reached the end of another video, friends. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. We'll learn a lot from the videos I share. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my new videos. See you in the next video.